going to do. It's called the lap zipper. The lap zipper has only one lap versus the two laps that we had with our centered zipper. Okay, this has two laps, and this one has the one lap. So this one has it on both sides, and it's centered. This one has it on one side, and it's just a little bit wider. Okay, so that's what I'm going to show you next. Now with the lap zipper, we're also going to sew the bottom of our garment right sides together. And I'm not going to sew the top with the basting stitch, which I had done previously with the centered zipper. So I'm only going to sew the bottom part of my seam. I'm going to leave the top part open. And you can do this with your regular foot rather than your zippered foot. I'm using a 1/2 inch seam allowance. And I'm going to make sure that I sew the bottom, not the top. And I'm going to back stitch to start. And back stitch. And a 1/2 inch seam allowance. Now I'm going to press this open. And I'm going to press the one side of the seam allowance. I'm going to press with a 1/4 inch extension. So I'm going to press the bottom part of this open, like so. Okay, and then the top part, I want one side to be a 1/2 inch, and the other side I want to be a 1/4 inch. And I'll show you in a minute why. I want one side of this to be a 1/2 inch. And this side I want to be a 1/4 inch. So I'm going to take this and make this about a 1/4 inch. And then you can clip right here so that your seam remains flat, right where the bottom of your seam is, so that your opening remains flat. Okay, back to the machine. Now we're going to start with the side that we have the 1/4 inch extension. So this is the side that we're going to start with. And we're going to place our zipper face up with the end, zipper end, right where our opening starts. So we're going to pin this with the edge of our fabric, the folded edge of our fabric, right against the teeth of the zipper. Okay, so we're going to pin that right like that. And I always pin the way I'm going to sew so that I can pull my pins out as I go. If you're sewing across the pins, you can leave them in. If you're sewing and the pins are going up and down the direction that you're sewing, you have to pull them out as you go. Okay, so I'm going to just finish that up here. And this is the way you want this pinned then. Okay, so we want this pinned with the fold of our cloth, that extension that we had, that 1/4 inch extension, and the opening is placed right at the opening of where our end of our seam was, or where the zipper starts, okay? And we're going to stitch right along this edge. Now again, we're going to change to our zipper foot. All right, and again, we want our thread behind us. And again, we're extending this over, we're going to extend our zipper so that we don't have to try to sew around this zipper head. And then we're going to stitch right down as close as we can to the zipper itself. And I'm going to sew right down with a regular stitch. I'm sewing right down the side of the zipper. All right, you need to back stitch when you start, and we're going to back stitch when we finish also. And as I said, I'm going to pull the pins out as I go. And back stitch. Okay, and that's the first part. If you trim your threads as you go, then you have less trimming to do when you're finished.